Yesterday, for those of you who were not here, we actually all got some little oranges. We peeled them. We drew circles around the oranges, and the question was, how many of those circles can you fill up? So who remembers how many circles our orange peels were supposed to fill up? 4! Hence the little emojis here. Y'all see this? Okay. So when you peel the one orange, you end up getting 4 great circles worth, which helps us derive our formula. Now, from now on, your formulas for surface area are on this green sheet of paper. ASMR. ASMR. Anyways, so what does it say next to sphere? There is no lateral because there's no sides. One surface, it's 4 pi r squared. Let's write that down, please, and bless you. SA equals 4 pi r squared. What's the radius of this thing? So this is halfway, so this is the radius. R is 11. Remember, sometimes they give you the whole diameter. You have to cut it in half, but this one is good. So it's for surface area, it's always 4 pi r, which is 11 squared this time. Now, yesterday we said there were 2 different ways to do it. This is who was not here yesterday. This is something new, okay? No, right? So, no, it's fine. But here's a new way to write the answer, okay? You know how we usually have all these ugly decimals when you have pi? So to get no ugly decimals, you just remove the pi from your desmos, okay? So I want you to watch me do this. Ooh, watch me, watch me. All right, 4 pi 11 squared. Watch! I'm going to put 4, but I'm not going to type the pi. We call this in terms of pi. I'm not going to type the pi, so 4, no pi, 11 squared, so times 11 squared. Do you see how that's not an ugly decimal? It's just a whole number, 484. So I get 484, and then this is the very important thing we learned yesterday for you who weren't here. Look at me. If you do not type pi into Desmos, you got to write a symbol of pi here. So if you do not type the pi, you must write the pi. That is a way to write the answer. It's called in terms of pi. And what are my units of measure? Centimeters squared. That is my answer in terms of pi. That's one way to write the answer, okay? What's the other way to write the answer? The other way is just to type the whole thing in, and it's going to definitely give you a decimal. So you can actually type that 484, and this time you're going to type the pi symbol, and now you have an ugly decimal, which is fine. 1520.53. Since I typed the pi, I'm not going to write the pi. I'm just going to put my units of measure, centimeters squared. Now I'm going to do attendance. Oh, don't forget. But we have to do some notes on composite figures, okay? So as we're doing these notes today, I want you to remember yesterday, okay? Try to remember the condition. Okay. It's the same thing. You'll see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, here comes that attendance. Okay. So, phones away. Let's get this going. Phones away. Nope. All right. Y'all ready? Y'all ain't ready, but we're gonna do this. We gotta do this. Don't hate me. All right. Okay. Goodness gracious. Example 1. Now, you should have seen this word composite in my class before, because when we did regular area, that composite is when you have more than one shape added together, okay? So anytime you have more than one shape that you have to add together, that's called composite. Now, this would be too easy if you just find the total of the top, total of the bottom, and you add it together. But it's not that easy. Of course not, okay? So let's think about this conceptually, okay? I want you to imagine that you're going to paint these figures, okay? Does everyone agree? You only paint the outside of something, right? I mean, it would be weird to break something apart and paint something on the inside and stick it back together. That doesn't make sense, okay? All I care about is what I can see, and that's what we're talking about with surface area. What can you see? So, first of all, please follow me. Write small, because goodness gracious, we got a lot to write. Okay, so the top right here, we're going to call it SA, total surface area of the top, okay? And then the bottom down here, we're going to call that surface area of the bottom. Put the phone away, please. And when we find these surface areas, we're going to add them together. But something's not right here. Am I literally painting every face of that top shape? What is not showing? What is not exposed on that top prism? Thank you. So the back, you could see the back, but what you could not see is the bottom. Okay? Do you see how the bottom is just not, you can't see it. It's, no matter how you look at that shape, the bottom is hidden. Okay? So here's the part today that's annoying. Okay? That top surface area, you need to subtract one base, because that one base is not showing. So I'm going to put minus B of the top. Now, I hope that makes sense, that there's one rectangle not showing, so that's why we subtracted, okay? And then, not only that, but look at the bottom prism, the bottom shape. Everything is showing on the bottom prism except for, do you see how this prism sitting on this prism, it's also missing that little piece of a rectangle, right? So you're also going to have to subtract the base of the top on the bottom figure. That's supposed to be top, T-O-P. Okay. There we go. Okay. If you can do all that, you will find the composite surface area. Okay, here we go. First of all, what I want us to do is to make a nice straight line dividing these, okay? Because we need room here, we need room here. Okay. And then, with this room, I want you to split that in half. Top and bottom, okay? And when we get down here, we're going to add them together. Cool. So we're going to find the surface area of the top, surface area of the bottom, add them together. That's it, okay? Easier said than done. Now, did everyone notice the new green sheets? Okay. On these new green sheets, you have all the surface area formulas. So if you lost your notes or you're like, I don't get it. Okay, well, everything is on this green sheet. So, what is the top shape? The shape of the top. What's that? Bless you. I mean, sorry, what is this whole 3D shape right here? Is it a cylinder, prism, pyramid, or cone? Prism! Rectangular prism, right? How do I find the surface area of a prism? So find prism, skip over lateral, go over to surface area. Do you see how it says pH plus 2 big B, right? Okay, so to even get that formula, I need to figure out P, H, and B. So over here on top, go ahead and write P, H, and B. I need to find the perimeter of the top. Now watch this. The top rectangle is 6 right here, but what is this length right here? It's equal to this, which is equal to this, which is equal to 9. Do y'all see that? If this is 9, then this is 9, then this is 9, then this is 9. They're all congruent. Okay, now, how do I find this perimeter? This is 6, so this is 6, this is 9, this is 9. Add those up. If you add 6 plus 9 plus 6 plus 9, you should get 30. Okay? We're doing a little bit of mental math today. H, what is the height of the top prism? What's this height right here? This is the bottom, so yeah, this is a 6 sideways. The height is 6. Big B. Does everyone remember? Big B means the area of the base. Says it right here on your green sheet. How do I find the area of a rectangle? If you really don't know, you would look on your orange sheet, area of a rectangle. But it's length times width, so 6 times 9, which is what? 54. Okay? Put that phone away, though. Now, how do I find the surface area of this top? PH plus 2 big B. It's on my green sheet. Prism, surface area. All right, plug in these numbers. P is 30, H is 6, 30 times 6 plus 2 times big B, which is 54. Okay, 30 times 6 plus okay, after all that, I get 288. All I have found is the total surface area of the top. Okay? Let's do the same thing for the bottom. PHB. Perimeter of the bottom. Do you see how the bottom base is 15 by 9? So it's going to be 15 plus 9, and then the other sides are 15 plus 9. That should give you 48. The height of the bottom prism is 5. And then the area of the base, 15 times 9, is 135. Again, mental math, you can Desmos it, but you can't pull out a phone. Put the phone away, please. So, surface area, back to that. Surface area of the bottom, since it's a prism, once again, PH plus 2B. So it's going to be 48 times 5 plus 2 times 135. And I got 510. Now, that's a lot of work, lots of opportunities to mess up. But if you get that far, you're doing all right. In general, composite is when we add them together, right? But that would be a mistake for you to just add these two numbers together. Why? Because look at the top. Look. Do you remember how we said there's a rectangle missing from the top and there's a rectangle missing from the bottom? So we need to take that B of the top, which is 54. We need to subtract it from the top right here, and we need to subtract it from the bottom right here. I want everyone to know where I'm getting this information from. One rectangle is not showing. We must subtract that area, which is 54. So minus 54, minus 54. So we get, goodness, 234. And then over here we get 456. And once we have these two, now we can add those together. And we get 690. Units of measure are millimeters squared. Make sure you got that down. We need to type you. Okay. You went to the end of it. So put it away. Please put it away. All right, now we're gonna. The next one, doesn't that look similar? It's just a different shape. Yes, very similar. So once again, I'll try to do this a little more swiftly. The surface area of the top minus that base of the top. This time the base is a circle shape, but it's still the area of the base. That's fine. And then for this bottom one, once again, it's the surface area of the bottom, but you're going to subtract this missing circle, which is the base of the top still, not the bottom, right? The base of the top is the circle. Okay, so once again, split it into top and bottom. Now, hold up, hold up. This top is not a prism. We're not doing P, H, and B. This is a cylinder. So what do? I go to my green sheet. I find the word cylinder. Go over to surface area. It's 2 pi RH plus 2 pi R squared. Which means all I need to know is the radius and the height. What is the radius of the base at the top? Is the radius 6 or no? It's half of 6, right? So 6 divided by 2, which is 3. What's the height of that prism, or cylinder, sorry? 8. And that's good. So for my surface area, 2 pi RH plus 2 pi R squared. Put it away. Put it away. So again, cylinder, that's the formula. Here it is on your green sheet. Replace R with 3. 2 pi 3, and H is 8, plus 2 pi 3 squared. Sorry, I can take all that and I can plug it into Desmos. 2 pi 3 8 plus 2 pi 3 squared. That gave me 207.35. 207.35. Now the bottom is a prism, so I need P, H, and B. The perimeter of the bottom base, 10 plus 4 plus 10 plus 4. Is 28. The height of the bottom prism is 7. And then area of the base, I take length times width, 10 times 4, and I get 40. Okay. With that P, H, and B, now I can find the surface area of a prism, like last time, PH plus 2B. 28, 28 times 7. At least it wasn't a cough. At least it wasn't a cough. What? Jinx. You got jinxed. 276. Okay, now we found 2 total surface areas. Are we done? Of course not. Of course not, because we need to subtract the base of the top. Now, what is this shape, the base of the top? Circle. how do I find big B, area of a circle? Pi r squared. Pi 6 squared. The area of the base, pi 6 squared, is 113.1. Okay. So what are we going to do? Hold on one second. What is this? Hold on. My bad. My bad. Hold up. Hold up. It's pi 3 squared. Thank you for saying that earlier. Not pi 3 squared. Which should give you 28.27. Okay. 28.27. Please remember, yes. Now you have to subtract that base from both the top and the bottom. So minus 28.27 and minus 28.27. So let's get that real quick. 207.35 minus 28.27. 276 minus 28.27. All right. So after all that, I get 179.08. And then I get 247.73. I have to add those two figures together to make a composite. And I finally get 426.81. And that's feet squared. Now, again, remember the good old days. Remember yesterday when we ate oranges and stuff? Great. Okay? I know these are brutal. It is what it is. Everyone else has to learn it in geometry, so do you. Now, those are two problems, very similar, just different shape. Now look at example 3. Now, put a big star, by the way, finish writing this real quick. But example 3, put a big star next to example 3 because that's the one you definitely need to be here for. Because that's the one that's going to be on your quiz and test, okay? I need you to know how to do a pyramid on top of a prism, okay? Because if it's going to be on your quiz and test, it'll be that type of problem. So you want to know how to do it, right? I hope so. So, put the phone away. Now, example 3, are we good? Can I go to it? All right. Let's think about it again. Is the entire pyramid showing? Only the sides, it's missing a base, right? So that's like the surface area of the top minus a base of the top. And then what about the bottom? This is a prism, but it's missing one base again. So this is the surface area of the bottom minus B of the bottom. All right. Split it in half, top and bottom again. Let's add these together at the very end. All right. The top surface area. First, before I can do surface area of a pyramid. Look at pyramid. Pyramid total surface area is PL over 2 plus B. Sorry, my bad. PL over 2 plus B. I need P, I need L, I need B. What's the perimeter of this square? That is 8 by 8. 8, 8, 8, and 8. 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 gives me 32. Do y'all remember what the little L stands for? Slant height on the lateral side, slanty, is 10. And then big B, if it's 8 by 8, you multiply 8 times 8, and you get 64. So, for the surface area of a pyramid, PL over 2 plus big B is going to be 32 times 10 over 2 plus big B is 64. So you get, what is it, 160 plus 64, 224. Okay, stay with me here. That's the pyramid. Now, the bottom is a prism, so again, we need PL and B. The pyramid actually, the perimeter matches the bases, so it's still going to be 32. Sorry, PH and B is what I meant to say. The height of this prism is 14. Big B matches this B, so it's 64. Surface area is PH plus 2B, which is 32 times 14 plus 2 times 64. Which gives us 576. Okay, write that down, and I'll slow it down for this last little piece. We found 2 total surface areas. We are not just adding 2 total surface areas. Like we mentioned up here, there's a square missing from the top and a square missing from the bottom. And both of those B's are going to be 64. So minus 64, minus 64. You should get 160. And then over here, you should get 512. Add those up, and you get 672. Ha ha! Centimeters squared. 672. Now, I know that was a lot, and here we go. Here's something to do. Now, lucky for y'all, you have lead time. But here's the deal. If you can't have all these notes down, you can use them as a template to do these 3 problems. 3 problems, just like your 3 notes problem, okay? So, very important, when you're looking at number 1 on the assignment, look at number 2 on your notes. When you're doing number 2 on your assignment, look at number 1 on your notes. And when you're doing number 3, the most important one, look at number 3 on your notes, okay? That's the plan. I want you to work on this assignment. These 2 are going in soon. These are in, and your corrections have been graded. Stay on track with that. Quiz tomorrow is the plan.